Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bandits, the show where I take a look at a piece of art and make a stupid, ridiculous argument as to why some stupid, ridiculous people would think it'd be a good idea to either outright ban it or at least make some good choice cuts. Now, today, I am looking at a film that's, well, the first one in the series at least. I'm just gonna blanket on do all three at once because the themes I'm talking about go through the entire series, and suppose that, go into the video games and the animated series and the ride as well. But I'm just looking at the original trilogy because that's what I got and that's what I love. So, yeah, and anyways, the first film has been censored in China because China doesn't like anything that isn't China. So, what was actually deemed so bad about this film? The time travel aspect. So, you can't really edit any of the movie out unless you want a 15-second movie or something at best. So, what does China have against time travel? When I look at it, China's weird. The things they push make no sense. I guess that's socialism for you. Anyways, so yeah, time travel. Let's see. I got something up here. This really isn't a good source, but I'm doing with what I've got. Anyway, so yeah, time traveling characters lack positive thoughts and meaning, and disrespect for history. And in this film, and well, the series as a whole, Marty changes the course of history constantly. He even invents things that he didn't invent, such as rock and roll, the skateboard, the throwing frisbee disc. So Marty constantly changing history is deemed and not very good. Or and I guess it could even casually make up myths, have monstrous and weird plots, use absurd tactics, even promote feudalism, superstition, fatalism, and reincarnation, I guess, or something. Yeah. I don't get it. And the more I try to make sense of it, the more confusing it gets to me. But I guess that's just my free speech bias showing through. And another thing, I guess, more recent airings on TBS, they completely omitted the word terrorist. I guess some people, that word makes them think of themselves a little bit too much and they don't want to be associated with that. Antifa. So yeah, the word terrorist and time travel. Two things we can't have in this movie. Alrighty, well, let's talk about these films a little bit. The first one is my favorite. I don't seem to like the second as much as a lot of people do. And it does kind of eventually sort of become the first film again since he goes back to 55 for the second time. Which, that's one of the strong points of the third one is that, going back to the Wild West, helps definitely make it the most standout film in this trilogy. None of them are as good as the first one. They sort of become a little bit more actiony after the first one, which it doesn't become an overt action film like the crap we have nowadays, but it definitely gets amped up a little bit. And I've never really been much of an action guy to begin with. I kind of generally find them to be kind of dull. But overall, I enjoy all three films. They're all really good in my opinion. Well, not really good. I mean, they're not some of my favorite films, but I enjoy them a lot. And there's a lot going in with them. And one thing that I give this film credit for is that it doesn't do the whole stable time loop. Because I hate stable time loop stories. They just don't make any sense to me. I mean, if you don't really think about them, you can let it slide, but a little bit of thinking, and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, things like 12 Monkeys, it's interesting, but ultimately, or Jetetlita, or what that short film 12 Monkeys is based off of. It's the same story, stable time loop. I just don't think it works well. That's my opinion. This doesn't go that way. And some of the science of a lot of the time travel stories, it definitely seems to be the most sound and makes the most sense from a scientific aspect. At least me, I'm just a layman, but this seems to be one of the better ones that I ran across as to how time travel works. You know, of creating different universes instead of actually going back and forth. You're going back all over the place, creating new universes based upon your actions. Sort of. Anyways, that's about it for this one. All three wonderful films. Definitely check them out. And that's about it for this one. If you have an idea for a film you'd like me to check out, let me know in the comments below. And hit me up, mine, BitChute, Stardust. Link in the description for all of them below. I will see all of you later. Take care. God bless.